Welcome to Mastering Employee Relations, Know Your Law series. Imagine walking into your workplace every morning dreading what someone might say or do. Now imagine not knowing where to go or whom to tell, because you're not even sure if it counts as harassment. That's the reality many women have faced. Hi everyone! Today we're diving into one of the most important workplace laws in India. Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act, 2013, widely known as the POSH Act, a law that protects women from sexual harassment at work and holds organizations accountable. If you work in HR, lead a team, or just care about creating respectful workplaces, this video is for you. And if you're hearing about this for the first time, don't worry, we'll break it down step by step. Before moving on, please like, share, and subscribe, because spreading awareness can literally change lives. Let's rewind to the late 90s. In 1997, a brave woman named Banwari Devi, a social worker in Rajasthan, stood up against child marriage and was sexually assaulted. When her case went to court, something shocking came to light. There was no law in India to deal with sexual harassment at the workplace. None. But the Supreme Court stepped in and said, enough is enough. They introduced something called the Vishaka Guidelines, which became the backbone for what would later become the POSH Act. And finally, in 2013, the Indian government made it official and passed the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act. Now you might be thinking, what exactly counts as sexual harassment? Let's break it down. It could be unwanted touching or physical advances, inappropriate or suggestive comments, requests for sexual favors, sharing sexual content or jokes, or even silent behavior, like staring or sending uncomfortable gestures. If it makes someone uncomfortable and it's not welcome, it counts. Important note, it doesn't matter if the person meant it as a joke. If it affects someone's dignity, it's a serious issue. Here's what makes the POSH Act really powerful. It protects all women, not just employees, but also interns, freelancers, consultants, and even visitors. And the workplace? It's not just your office building. It includes remote working environments, office parties or off-sites, client locations, or even the company cab. So whether you're working from home or attending a training program out of town, POSH has your back. Now, let's say someone wants to report harassment. Who do they go to? Every organization with 10 or more employees must form a team called the Internal Committee, or IC. Here's what that looks like. It's led by a senior woman employee, has at least 4 members. Half of them must be women, and one must be from outside the company, like a lawyer or social worker. This external member ensures the investigation is neutral and fair. Here's where organizations must step up. Every employer has legal duties. These include creating and sharing a clear POSH policy, putting up posters that say sexual harassment is not okay, organizing regular trainings for employees and leaders, making sure people know who to reach out to, and submitting a yearly report with basic stats on how many complaints were handled. If they don't, there are fines, starting at Rs 50,000, and repeated violations could lead to cancellation of licenses or government support. In short, ignorance is not an excuse. Okay, let's walk through what happens when someone files a complaint. The complaint must be in writing and submitted within 3 months of the incident, though that can be extended if needed. The internal committee then investigates the case confidentially, finishes the inquiry within 90 days, submits a report within 10 days, and the company must take action within 60 days of getting the report. Depending on the findings, action could range from a warning or apology to suspension, termination, or even compensation. There's also an option for settlement. but only if the woman asks for it. The choice is hers. Now let's get real. Despite the law, many women still don't come forward. Why? Some fear being blamed, some worry about their careers, some think no one will believe them. And sometimes, the very committees meant to help don't take the complaint seriously or aren't even trained properly. That's why awareness is everything. Companies must train their ICs, educate employees, and most importantly, create a culture where people feel safe speaking up. Here's what the best organizations do. They train every employee, not just once, but regularly. They make their internal committee diverse and trusted. They include POSH compliance in leadership appraisals, and they walk the talk. Leaders lead by example. Because POSH isn't just a legal checkbox, it's about building a culture of respect, dignity, and accountability. To every employer watching this, your people are your responsibility. To every employee, know that you have the right to be treated with respect. And to every leader, change begins with you. The POSH Act is not just a law, it's a commitment to create workplaces where everyone can work without fear. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, because the more we talk about this, the more we normalize safety and dignity at work.